As we are discussing advanced grammar, we will start with compound and complex sentences. To start with compound sentences. In compound sentence, we have two simple sentences put together by a conjunction. We have already studied conjunction. They are joining words or connecting words like because, and, but, so, or, etc. Two ideas or messages are joined together to make one longer and more detailed compound sentence. In the example, I am replying to your email and I will write up the report today. The first part, I am replying to your email, is a complete sentence in itself, and also the other part, I will write up the report today. It's a complete sentence and a simple sentence. These both sentences are joined with a conjunction and it has transformed into one long detailed sentence, and this sentence is called compound sentence. Next, we'll try to understand what is complex sentence. Complex sentence does not contain two independent clauses or two simple sentences. Here we have one dependent clause and the other independent clause. And what is dependent clause? Independent clause is a sentence that makes sense on its own and contains a complete idea. The previous example which I have put forward are, here we see that these two sentences or two independent clauses that form their own idea. It makes complete sense. We get a complete idea and they are joined by a conjunction and it has transformed into a compound sentence. But this is not the case for a complex sentence. A dependent clause is a group of words or phrase that need more information or sentence to be understood. These usually use words like while, because, due to, even though, and other similar words. Dependent clause might have a verb and a subject, but it needs an independent clause to actually make sense. You see, a clause always have a subject and a verb, but all the clauses are not same. Independent clause will give you a complete idea or complete meaning, but dependent clause needs the help of an independent clause to actually complete the meaning or the idea. Dependent clauses can appear at the end or the beginning or even in the middle of the sentences. I have given here two examples. I am replying to your email and while I eat my lunch today, I will write up the report. I am replying to your email and I will write up the report today while I eat my lunch. So which is the dependent clause in both the sentences? I will write up the report. Sorry, while I eat my lunch. So see, we are using the word connecting word while. I eat my lunch. It doesn't make complete sense. What? Where? How? The other two independent clauses gives meaning or adds meaning to the dependent clause. That while I eat my lunch, I will write up the report and I am replying to your email. So this is complex sentence. Next, we'll try to understand infinitives. Infinitive is a group of words that act as a verb. It follows a simple formula. It is created by using the word to plus the base form of the verb. To study, to work, to email, to meet, to eat, to sing. These all are examples of infinitives. So what do we understand? That infinitive is a group of words that act as a verb. To is added with the base form of a verb and it is called infinitive. Then gerund. A gerund is a verb used in its present tense ending in ing. Sing plus ing, singing. Eat plus ing, eating. It is special because gerund, the verb is used as a noun. That's why it is called gerund. It names the activity that is being completed or the action being taken. Studying, working, emailing, meeting, eating, becoming are all examples of gerund. So here I have tried to give some examples. See some common phrases, each expressed with infinitives and gerunds. Infinitive is I like to brush my teeth first thing in the morning. Which is the infinitive? To brush. And when we write using gerund, it will be I like brushing first thing in the morning. I'm afraid to fly. I'm afraid of flying. He needs time to study. He needs some studying time. So now you understand how we can make sentences using infinitive and using gerund. Thank you.